Doki Doki Literature Club is a sweet dating sim that I recommend to all my friends that just want to take their mind off things. It's such a calm and soothing game, I can even easily recommend it to people that get easily emotionally disturbed. What's adorable about this game is that it has something for everyone. Each of the 4 love interests gets her own meme, whether it's just Monika, buff Natsuki, very mentally stable Yuri, or if you're just hanging out with Sayori. Plus, why these memes are truly special is because they're there to teach the internet exactly about how your everyday dates fall into one of those 4 categories. Mutilated anime trope categories. And I don't know about you, but I can't think of any better way to actually describe reality. Which is why Doki Doki is here to teach you everything you need to know about women. This video is coming due to mass request that I cover Doki Doki, so obviously I'm going to be covering it Nuck style with an honest descriptions. I know it's not exactly my usual subject matter, but I'm into trying new things and I'm working on an honest descriptions on the best of January's memes. So, we'll see how things go. Feel free to let me know your thoughts, subscribble, and get ready for an honest description of every of the 4 totally normal, wonderful, everyday girls that you get the pleasure of meeting in Doki Doki Literature Club. Spoiler warning, sarcasm warning, and trigger warning. Let's get started. First, we have Sayori. Her personality falls into the anime trope of ditzy childhood friend neighbor that by default doesn't have a shot in hell, since childhood friends in Japan is basically synonymous with the friend zone. And she has the most accurately portrayed voice acting on all of YouTube.
You're really going to make me say it, NTPTP? I guess I have no choice this time.
Everyone can relate to Sayori. It's that girlfriend that always gets you to do things you'd never do in a million years. Like, for example, off the top of my head, join a fucking literature club. And you'll end up doing it anyway, due to her cunning, manipulative, big ass boobs. Those motherfucking bahukas that are too big for her jacket to close on, that she cleverly utilizes to ensnare and control the meager boyfriend into reading poetry. You know, that one college course that you have to take that no one aside from the teacher has any interest whatsoever in? Yeah, that! And this club had homework too! Sayori, despite being the simple-minded ditz on the outside, is a friggin' mastermind within, using her assets as, well, her greatest assets. So that's right. Next time you go out with your sweet, cute, absent-minded girlfriend, and you find yourself doing things for her that you wouldn't naturally want to be doing, you aren't giving her enough credit. It's all part of her master plan. Why else would Doki Doki Literature Club specifically make the girl that gets you to go to the boring-ass club to be the girl with the boobs too big for her jacket? Doki Doki Literature Club also goes a step further and doesn't only perfectly metaphorically describe this archetype of girlfriend-chan, but it also tells you the only solution. Of course, on anything philosophical and sophisticated, the memes had to take over, and they did. And oh, do they go deep. Now we know where Logan Paul got his clickbait inspiration from. And even after the hate Logan got, Doki Doki was telling him the answer all along. Dab on them haters. That would have been a much more emotionally touching apology for me than the video he actually made that essentially said, "I apologize if I ever did anything wrong. The purpose of my content is only to entertain. You only have 7 days left to buy my limited edition suicide merch. Like this video if you're sad and help me get it to trending. Logang for life, dab on the haters, amen." We're also changing the name Logang to Suicide Squad. And let this be a source of excitement for you because I am currently working on a video, honest descriptions of every Logan Paul vlog in Japan, and it's so much fun to work on. Anyway, let's move on. Girl number 2, Natsuki. Natsuki is the typical tsundere anime lolly archetype as portrayed brilliantly by her lines where, to summarize, she said,
I made you muffins, but not that I wanted to or anything, baka!
Which is a slight inclination to which typical girlfriend group she will fall into. But despite seeming cliche, there are 3 layers of depth to this brilliant metaphor. Firstly, we have her appreciation of manga, and now that's clearly trying to relay the message that if you are a weeaboo and you like manga, you are going to be a social outcast and get abused by your parents. Hey, don't judge me. That's the message it's giving. I am just the translator, you see. So to understand what she represents a couple where both are social outcasts that like anime. Hey, Nux! Joey and Aki, for example, have a healthy relationship, turning their weebdom to profit. What are you talking about? I'm glad you mentioned it. You think it's a coincidence that every picture you take of the 2 of them together, it looks like they're freaking eating each other? Someone, pass me a mic. I need to drop something. The second layer of Natsuki's death is the fashion she dyed. A perfectly brilliant depiction of tsundere. Unlike everyone else in this visual novel, like Sayori, who is given time to brood on her own, then she makes the calculated decision to take her own life. Or Yuri, who, let's be honest, was completely freaking insane! Natsuki was coming to teach you that there are some things you can't avoid, and that you better be good to your girlfriend, especially if she's a tsundere, because if you ever push the wrong buttons, all of a sudden, wham! She'll just tilt her head sideways until that weird clicking sound happens, and bye-bye. But you won't be over her, so even after her death, she'll freaking come for you. At last, we've reached the third and most powerful metaphor of Natsuki, the memes. I'm about to tell you dangerous information that could put anyone listening in harm, but the power of memes are strong as they convey emotions and the secrets of life. Welcome to the meme of buff Natsuki. Just coming to tell you to respect women in a completely backhanded fashion, because even if your girlfriend's small, cute, and loves you, she can fucking destroy you. So take my advice and respect the women. Next is Libitina. I mean Yuri. Watch out for the quiet ones. This one is likely the most obvious honest description because most of you have probably realized already, but Yuri, inside, especially during the latter half of the series, probably experienced stomach and chest pains. And that's for like no noticeable reason. All of a sudden, she just collapsed due to these internal pains, and that's how she met her end. It's really tragic and completely unforeseeable. Yeah. But I feel like I don't need to get into explaining the metaphor of bookworm waifus coupled with knives and also coupled with being completely insane. Instead, I like to focus on the secret behind her body's decomposition. And that's coming to ready you for the sad truth of many relationships. You just sometimes get stuck there watching it decompose for days. Look, contrary to public belief, not everything in Doki Doki is happy-go-lucky. There are some sad moments in this game. You just gotta be ready for the sad truth now and again. But hey, if none of those 3 typical girlfriend scenarios work out for you, you can always just delete the competition. And if you're too much of a pussy bitch to do it, you can just let your 4th girlfriend archetype do it for you. That way, by default, you're left with just Monika, the girl with the coolest theme song on the internet.
Monika, hey, hey, Monika, hey, Monika, hey, hey, Monika, hey, Monika.
Finally, let's talk about Monika, the yandere archetype taken to the extreme. And this is the metaphor for true love in Doki Doki. Your true love will be the only one for you, and you won't be able to look at anyone else. Well, for one reason or another. And if it's not you that's doing anything wrong, and it's the other women that are looking at you, you are by default a disrespecter of women, and are lucky to have a girlfriend like Monika to set you straight, as one waifu to rule them all. And as usual, the meme of Monika is extremely deep and extremely powerful as well. Monika doesn't give you an option when you get the game. If you play it out, you will end up with Monika. No, she is not written into the code in that way. And everyone else who intervenes this impossible love ends up dead at least once. And that's because the ultimate perfect relationship in humanity, take notes kids, is an arranged marriage. That way there will be no sinning whatsoever before marriage. No holding hands. No locking eyes. And that way, even if you have your eyes on someone, they have a 98% chance of exploding. So that's kind of a win-win situation for everybody, cause then there's just less time you'll be burning in hell after you're dead. Total win-win situation for everyone. In game theory, they tried to set up how Monika is the hero of another game, even though she's the villain of this one, but no, they were wrong, because Monika is the heroine of this game too, teaching everyone that they only need just Monika. And finally, as I always like to do on one of these character-based honest descriptions, time for an honest description on the whole cast. Whew. The true genius within this game is the darkness within. If you've played this, you probably have watched an anime or two, and if that's the case, you may know something about certain anime girl archetypes. Certain girls in harems sometimes don't even have a chance with the protag just because of the category they fall into. Some of these categories that, despite how much you love them, don't have a shot include childhood neighborhood friend characters, lollies without boobs, psycho bitches, and mass murderers. There was no hope by the onset. That is the true honest description of Doki Doki Literature Club. And if Monika was your best girl, you'd be a pussy bitch of a dude. Which is a perfect segue to letting you know that a friend of mine, Explanation Point, recently did a really awesome serious analysis on Doki Doki, and his best girl was Monika. So link to his video in the description. Feel free to check him out and comment, "Ew, your best girl is Monika? What a pussy bitch. BT dubs, regards from Nux." That'd be hilarious and appreciated. I'll also get back to you with what he says. This was not my usual honest description description just because usually I do it to sarcastically make fun of the game or Logan Paul or whatever the subject matter is, but here it's actually really solid, so I took it the opposite way, and I guess I'm going to be doing something more similar to this style honest description for memes, explaining their true awesomeness, while also making fun of them a little bit. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribble for more honest descriptions and mainly anime-related content for now. Huge thanks to the editor for the Win Studios for helping me out. Link to his channel in the description, and if any of you would like to help edit my videos, it would be hugely appreciated. You have no idea. Thank you all so much for just stopping by, and I'll see all of you awesome, beautiful bastards again next time. Have yourself a most wonderful evening. Natsuki, best girl.